Hi, my name is Kyle, Tomcat TV. Tonight I watched Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. I watched it with my wife. First off, sorry I didn't watch it with you, but she really wanted to watch it with me. She really enjoyed the first one, and she didn't want to be on the channel, so we just went ahead and watched it off screen, of course. So I appreciate your understanding on that. Now, let's get to the review. So first off, I do want to mention that I honestly did not care for the first movie. I thought it was actually kind of unremarkable and uninteresting, to be quite honest. I'll try to basically mention kind of where I enjoyed this movie more. I did think this movie honestly was exactly what I wanted to see in a Venom sequel. I feel like they had excellent action. They had improved the characters' CGI and the arcs of the characters and overall. And I'll try to keep the beginning portion of this spoiler free, but I do want to first get into the relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it a lot more in this one than I did in the first one, which makes sense. The first one, it's the start of their relationship, so it makes sense there'd be a few kinks to work out, that they're not going to be super close, they're not going to be very friendly with each other, but you go to this movie, and I think that their relationship is the best thing about it. I think that Tom Hardy does an incredible job talking to himself, essentially. Obviously Hardy's going to be great. He's great in everything that he's in, but I do think he's especially fun here, to be quite honest, because he does both Venom and he does Eddie. But what I think is especially fun about the relationship between Venom and Eddie is that basically they're reluctant best friends, essentially. You totally see that in their vibe. That is something to where, as far as how they're concerned, he's not really happy about his situation, but he is genuinely his best friend. So you can totally see that, but I don't feel like they fully appreciate each other at the beginning of this movie, as far as I can tell there. But you can kind of see that vibe starting to form at the end of the last movie, which I think is good. They continued on that, and then they improved on it, I feel like, in this movie. Woody Harrelson, just like Tom Hardy, is incredible in basically everything he's in, so that's no surprise. Cletus Cassidy's no different as far as that character. He's a terrifying character. He's not only Carnage, which is a terrifying character, but also Cletus Cassidy is a psychopathic serial killer with no sympathy for anybody but himself and no remorse for his actions. Without bogging down the story too much, I do feel like they were able to give some bit of his backstory as well, which was able to add layers without making him too sympathetic. Because obviously he's a serial killer and you still need to want him dead as far as a character goes. He needs to be dead. Carnage as a character was great because obviously there's a difference between Cletus Cassidy and Carnage, just like Venom is his own being, separate from Eddie. I really enjoyed the dialogue between Venom and Carnage, actually. It was very engaging. One of my favorite things about Carnage is the way he moved. It was very aggressive and very chaotic, if that makes sense. The movie did a good job conveying Carnage is all about exactly what his name implies. Carnage. It's the chaos. It's just to inflict damage, essentially. That's the vibe that I got from Carnage. Can I just say that I think the Venom CGI has improved an insane amount. I thought it looked decent in the first one, but Venom looks absolutely incredible. Honestly, there's not really any terrible CGI shots in this. I think it all looks really good. As far as Venom goes, though, I really liked how it looked whenever he was wearing the glow rings around his neck in that club. It looks real. It looks incredibly real. They really match the lighting perfectly, and it just really works. Also, the shots from the inside and outside of the cathedral, which if you've seen it, obviously knows what I'm talking about. In my opinion, those look very good. As far as bad CGI, I don't believe there was any that was terrible. I thought Carnage looked pretty fake sometimes, but I don't really blame the VFX artist on that one because red is just such a hard color, just so difficult, so much more difficult than black, which obviously they did for Venom. Overall, I thought it was a lot of fun, and don't have any complaints off the top of my head. I would say for my rating, maybe the first Venom, I would probably rate that a... Honestly, I really didn't like it a whole lot. Maybe like a 6.5. I thought it was alright. Just nothing special. This one, I'd probably give it like a 7.9 out of 10. I think that it was really, I thought it was good. I thought it was really enjoyable. It's not going to be in my top 5 movies of all time, not even my top 10. But I thought it was good. It was fun. I would definitely watch it again. So now for spoiler talk. All right. So first things first, mutants. They mention mutants at the very beginning of the movie, and when they first introduce you to Shriek. Her existence says there are mutants in this universe, which means, especially with the merging that you see that I'll talk about here in a minute, that means that they are bringing in mutants into this universe, and we'll be able to see that, and that actually leaves open a lot of possibilities for our storytelling, which I'm really excited about. Venom, him and Eddie, as I said already, they steal the show for me. I really enjoyed watching their friendship evolve from Eddie kind of tolerating Venom and them both not being very understanding of each other's plights and what they're going through, to them changing for the better, which is how arcs are supposed to be. And it felt very organic as to who they were as characters as well. I felt like their dialogue and character moments just really worked for me, honestly. I really enjoyed how Anne flirted with Venom there towards like the middle part of it, whenever obviously Eddie needed Venom back. She goes and she literally starts flirting with him to get his attention and to sway him to come with her. And also another good character moment that I thought was good, it's very quick and it was very sudden character / dialogue, was when Carnage is threatening Francis to Cletus, which was honestly kind of low-key terrifying, just because his whole demeanor is just frightening as far as that's concerned. He's almost like a demon. It just all felt really right for the characters and helped add enjoyment and depth for the film for me and for the characters. The end fight was really well crafted as well. Obviously, you have a lot of awesome fighting between Venom and Carnage, which is great. What I really liked about that fight overall, though, was the end of it. Everything just hits. Once it really hits, it goes throw, boom, falling, crash, yell, crash, death, falling, catch, and safety. I think that's pretty much how it goes. I really enjoyed the end of Cletus as far as he tries to gain sympathy from Venom and Carnage. But then Venom just shuts that crap down super stinking fast. Biting a head clean off tends to do that, in case you weren't aware. So, just for future reference. There's always plenty more to talk about, but I am going to end the video talking about the merging of the universes, which is always, of course, very exciting. I already knew ahead of time, just because obviously Facebook and Instagram is a terror as far as keeping things under wraps. It's just so frustrating as far as spoilers are concerned. So I'm a little nervous about spoilers for other things, which we'll get into. It was still very fun to see the news report confirming the merging of the universes, though. That was very satisfying to see. Now, I haven't seen No Way Home yet, but I suspect the merging has to do with the consequences of what happens in that and what Peter's responsible for as far as that's concerned, which is, again, very exciting. Now, please, do not spoil the new Spider-Man, or I swear I will hunt you down. Well, maybe I won't hunt you down, but I will block you from the comments. Alright, and that's about as bad. That being said, if you enjoyed my review and you want to see more, please like and subscribe to this video, and I will be happy to oblige. Also, please comment below with your thoughts on Venom Let There Be Carnage, and let me know if you agree with many of my thoughts on the movie. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.